Enon Games have been keeping the beloved Cotton franchise alive in recent years, with Cotton Fantasy and Cotton Reboot on consoles and Steam. It looks like this trend will continue as Rainbow Cotton has just been announced for a re-release in early 2024. This news comes from Games Talk. I'll translate and paraphrase. Rainbow Cotton will be releasing digital only on PS4, Xbox One and Steam, plus physical and digital releases for the Nintendo Switch and PS5, in both a standard package and a special edition for either platform. It isn't clear whether this will be in Japan only, and will once again have to order copies through limited run or strictly limited like with previous Cotton releases, but at the very least it looks like only those two platforms are getting physical releases. This port of Rainbow Cotton will have a retro graphics option, which will render the game in its original 4:3 aspect ratio, a proposed improved lock-on and movement system, which should alleviate a few of the game's difficulty spikes, improved game graphics, which probably just means a higher resolution and maybe some cleaned up textures, and the game will be localized into many languages, but retain its cute atmosphere and charm. I have previously covered the Cotton series quite heavily on Sushi Bites, and I have quite a few things to say about Rainbow Cotton, so I'm just going to cut in the rest of my Rainbow Cotton review here. If you like what you see, I can highly recommend picking the game up next year when it releases on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Steam, and Nintendo Switch. Past me, take it away. So Rainbow Cotton can be considered the spiritual successor to Panorama Cotton. Both are on-rail shooters from behind, similar to Space Harrier or Afterburner, where enemies come towards you. Also, like Panorama Cotton, this game has a more cartoony and colourful style than the mainline series. Also, like Panorama Cotton, the game has a deceptively high difficulty level that suddenly jumps up and then exponentially rises from there. I played the game on a popular commercial Dreamcast emulator, at a 1080p upscale and with a widescreen hack. While having the extra screen real estate is nice, it doesn't offer any gameplay benefits, and the logic is still tied to a 4:3 screen resolution. I chose to play Rainbow Cotton this way because it's a gorgeous game and I wanted it to fill every edge of my monitor. Gorgeous really is an understatement, from the bright colours to the highly detailed textures. Cotton's billowing hair, dress, and broom fibres. Whether the levels are big and open, small or confined, they're brimming with detail. And the good looks aren't just restricted to the gameplay. Level transitions are served with full motion video animation, with full voice acting in Japanese. No more da-da-da-da-da-da-da slow text crawl bullshit. Absolutely glorious. What isn't glorious is the game's floaty-ass controls. We're a witch on a broomstick, I get that. But Cotton bounds around like a jelly baby in a bouncy castle, getting sprung every which way in tight spaces. Though to be fair, I'd get sprung in Cotton's tight spaces as well. Aiming feels less than intuitive, with a double reticle that still only provides you with the vaguest hint of where your projectiles will go. They always feel so underpowered when they do hit, whether you're attack level 4 or attack level 1. With magic harder to come by thanks to having to shoot it out of the floating heads, a great deal of the time I just feel so damn powerless, heading into a boss battle without a single spell. That wouldn't be a problem if the game were easy. I could stumble around the controls and be done with the whole thing in time for breakfast. Unfortunately, this game's difficulty level is phenomenal. I know I'm keeping all on, but take a look at this boss. Constantly planting flowers that shoot fireballs, flutters around like a demented meth addict, throws grenades at you, and can launch homing missiles that have huge AoE.
the difficulty only skyrocketed from here. I can't see how a human could be capable of beating this boss, or this boss, or this boss. I took zero shame in cracking open a memory editor and freezing my health. If the game is going to be unfair, then so shall I. Rainbow Cotton consists of only 5 levels. This could well be why the developers really ramped up the difficulty, to compensate for the short length. Suppose I better take notes. The game already has fantastic replay value in its score system and branching paths. There was really no need to pad things out with the obnoxious challenge. I'd still recommend Rainbow Cotton, though once again this is quite an expensive game secondhand. An easy $100 to $200. As interesting and as beautiful as this game is, I'd much rather have those $100 to buy groceries for a week instead. For less than that, you can fit your Dreamcast with a GDEMU and play it off an SD card, which I thoroughly recommend, by the way.
But the great news is, it isn't going to cost you $200 anymore. You don't need to play it on a Dreamcast. You can play it on any of the modern systems. And fingers crossed, it won't be hard to come by. Whereas Rainbow Cotton was previously a difficult purchase to recommend, now it's a dead easy game to recommend, knowing that it's going to be available on all the modern systems, and it's going to be available at, hopefully, a reasonable price. If you liked what you saw, check it out. This game is a banger, and I'm glad that so many more people are going to get a chance to play it now. That's it, that's the video.